Batteries beyond imagination. Layer OPV lights up innovation. This short overview of Dracula Technologies will show you that there is a very good alternative to batteries, and that's organic photovoltaic, or OPV short. The issues with batteries in the context of powering up billions of small remote devices are multiple. First of all, data continuity for IoT solutions coming from remote wireless sensors and feeding enterprise applications with critical data is key. Companies can just not tolerate any interruption of critical data because of dead batteries. Secondly, there is the issue of total cost of ownership. Many of these IoT solutions will actually come at a much higher cost because during the lifetime of such an IT solution, companies or staff actually have to replace those batteries in thousands or millions of sensors regularly. These sensors are oftentimes placed at far and remote places or at ceilings or other difficult to reach spots. To send staff to these places and take down the sensor to swap the batteries is a major cost for companies. This maintenance cost can be easily up to 50% of the total cost of ownership for such IoT solution. Thirdly, there are regulations being implemented to which more and more electronic devices will have to comply. Not only in Europe but also other countries in the world, the use of batteries in electronic devices is being regulated in order to make these products more sustainable. Device makers will have to redesign their devices in order to comply and consider energy harvesting as the alternative source of energy. And last but not least, there is this issue of sustainability that consumers and enterprises are considering when they buy electronic devices in order to contribute their part to a greener world. If you, for example, think about IoT, there will be billions of devices connected by the year 2030. And those billions of devices will need battery swaps and therefore generate billions of batteries that go to waste, which is just not a sustainable proposition going forward. Dracula Technology had this vision already a long time ago and created an organic photovoltaic cell that can power up low power devices with very little light, as low as only 50 lux of light intensity. This is very low if you bear in mind that an average office space has around 400 to 500 lux of light intensity. The Dracula OPV cells will work beyond 10 years. The product is made of organic and recyclable materials, and no rare earths or other toxic materials are being used. The OPV cells are manufactured at an industrial scale, and we use inkjet printing technology for the purpose of being able to produce OPV cells in any shape or form. As you can see here, these multiple examples of organic PV cells that we can manufacture in any shape or form contain, for example, circular, rectangular, or any Fantony designs. We can also print OPV modules with only one cell or multiple cells like the 6-cell products that you can see here. Furthermore, we have different coatings to fit any graphical design criteria for your electrical device. I talked about light conditions before, and this here shows the great variation in light intensities in different spaces. If you look, for example, at an office space here at the left, where you get close to the window like several thousand lux of lights, whereas underneath the desk here in front, the blue area, there's only 13 lux available. In industrial environments here at the right, you can see similar light variations. It's like ranging between several hundred lux and several thousand lux. Therefore, any device that's powered by organic photovoltaic cells need to be able to operate at low light conditions in order to be robust. That's why customers select Dracula Technologies, as our OPV can actually provide a reliable power source. Dracula Technologies is having many customers in different vertical markets. One of the main verticals is smart buildings. You can think about air quality sensors like CO2 sensors, but also thermostats, room presence detectors, and people counters. Another vertical where our products is being used is logistics and asset tracking. There are applications of cold chain logger devices that are powered by Dracula's OPV in order to avoid that the loggers will go out of service when the battery is down. Also, logistic trackers without batteries are becoming possible when powered by OPV. Smart labels that are completely flexible and powered by our organic PV cells can provide geolocation data and condition data. And there are a few other applications like consumer electronics. Think about wearables, remote controls, but also electronic shelf labels in retail stores. Dracula's layer is actually perfectly suited to power up low power wireless devices, thanks to its highly efficient OPV that's yielding enough energy to enable autonomous IoT devices and other low power devices. Today, an increasing number of wireless IoT protocols have integrated energy harvesting into the specification of their protocols. First of all, Ocean has designed their protocol already 15 years ago to be completely battery free. There are thousands of different devices that can operate in smart building environments without batteries. Also, the cellular world of 5G and 6G have created a special standard called ambient IoT, which is an extension of the 5G standard, allowing cellular devices to communicate at a very low power level and have optimized the settings for energy harvesting. And then there's Bluetooth Low Energy that's being used for some first applications that are now battery free. Also, Zigbee launched a so-called green power standard, which is based on energy harvesting and is enabling devices to be battery free. And last but not least, there's RFID, which has been already battery free since the invention of RFID several decades ago. So this shows that most of the IoT world is embracing already the notion of energy harvesting and maintenance-free IoT. And we see more and more battery-free devices becoming available in the market. The most recent game-changing innovation by Dracula Technologies is the so-called layer volt. As you can see here, on the front side is the energy harvesting layer, and on the flip side is the electrical storage layer printed. So the combination of the two gives you a source of energy as a true alternative for batteries. Layer volt is printed on thin film substrate and hence very flexible both in terms of shape and it can be bended. Dracula Technologies was founded in 2012 with the headquarters in Valence, and we print at a very large scale since 2024, which is when we opened up our large factory in France, which is actually capable of manufacturing 150 million square centimeters of OPV cells every year. In order to get to this point of mass manufacturing of high-performing organic PV cells, we've been investing 10 million euros in R&D during the past 10 years. We have a very strong team of more than 40 talents working in Valence. And also important to note is that Dracula Technology owns 29 patents, mostly granted and some still pending. We have both strong strategic but also financial investors supporting development of our company. So this was a short overview of Dracula Technologies. I hope you liked it, and I would like to thank you for watching the video and hope to see you soon in getting in touch with us. Thank you very much.